BULLZully stretched out his mighty hooves. He let out a contented sigh. The great battle was over. He had vanquished the Marvel villains. Peace had returned to the kingdom. His beloved Pookie, Big Boy Eyre, snuggled beside him. All was right in the world. Big Boy Eyre was no ordinary Pookie. He was a magnificent creature with soft brown fur and eyes like melted chocolate. BULLZully adored him. They spent their days playing in the meadow and napping under the warm sun. Life was good. BULLZully watched Big Boy Eyre sleep. His chest rose and fell with each peaceful breath. A wave of affection washed over BULLZully. He couldn't imagine his life without his furry companion. They were two sides of the same coin, the best of friends. But something flickered in Big Boy Eyre's sleep. A twitch of his paws, a murmur under his breath. BULLZully dismissed it. Big Boy Eyre was probably dreaming of chasing butterflies. He chuckled at the thought. The next morning, Big Boy Eyre was acting strange. He refused his favorite breakfast, a mountain of juicy mangoes. He snarled at the butterflies flitting around his nose. He even growled at BULLZully, a low rumble in his throat. BULLZully was worried. This wasn't like Big Boy Eyre at all. His Pookie was usually the epitome of joy and love. Something was definitely wrong. He tried to cheer up Big Boy Eyre. He showered him with belly rubs and ear scratches. He even offered him his most prized possession, a sparkly pink shell he found at the bottom of the river. Big Boy Eyre swatted it away. The shell shattered against a tree, leaving BULLZully heartbroken. This wasn't his Pookie. This was something else. Something sinister. BULLZully knew he needed help. He gathered the wisest creatures in the land. The Council of Zull. There was BULLZully, the oldest and most cunning. Bulls of Zulls, the strongest and most courageous. And Zulls of Bulls, the wisest and most enigmatic. They assembled beneath the ancient oak tree, its branches heavy with the weight of centuries. BULLZully explained Big Boy Eyre's strange behavior. He recounted the growls, the snarls, and the shattered shell. The Council of Zull listened intently. Their faces, usually etched with wisdom and humor, were now grim. They understood the gravity of the situation. BULLZully, his long white beard flowing like a waterfall, spoke first. "It seems your Pookie, BULLZully, has been possessed by a mischievous spirit." He stroked his beard thoughtfully. "We call him Jonkler." "Jonkler?" BULLZully repeated, his voice trembling. "Who is this Jonkler?" "He is chaos personified," BULLZully explained. "A trickster, a jester, a flamboyant agent of mayhem. He thrives on confusion and discord." "But why Big Boy Eyre?" BULLZully cried, his heart breaking. "He's the kindest, gentlest creature I know. Jonkler is drawn to purity," BULLZully said, his voice grave. "He seeks to corrupt it, to twist it into something dark and chaotic." The thought of Jonkler twisting his beloved Big Boy Eyre into something unrecognizable filled BULLZully with dread. He had to save his Pookie. "But how?" "I have a plan," BULLZully declared, his eyes twinkling. "Jonkler is a sucker for a good wager. We challenge him to a game of wits. If we win, he releases Big Boy Eyre. Section 5. Bulls of Zull suggests a logical approach. BULLZully wasn't sure about BULLZully's plan. It sounded awfully risky. But what choice did he have? He had to trust the Council of Zull. Bulls of Zull, his muscular arms crossed over his chest, spoke next. "Games of wit are all well and good," he rumbled, "but Jonkler is unpredictable. We need a more logical approach." Bulls of Zulls was a firm believer in logic and reason. He believed that every problem had a rational solution if you just looked hard enough. "I suggest we analyze Jonkler's energy signature," he continued. "Once we understand his weaknesses, we can exploit them." Before BULLZully could respond to Bulls of Zull's suggestion, Zulls of Bulls, the quietest of the three, chimed in. He rarely spoke, but when he did, everyone listened. "Music," he said simply, his voice a low hum. The others looked at him puzzled. "Music?" BULLZully repeated. "Jonkler is all about discord," Zulls of Bulls explained. "But music is harmony. It soothes the soul, calms the mind. It might be the key to driving Jonkler out." Zulls of Bulls was known for his love of music. He believed that music had the power to heal, to inspire, and to banish even the darkest of spirits. BULLZully, desperate to try anything, agreed to all three plans. The Council of Zull's plans failed miserably. BULLZully's wager backfired spectacularly. Jonkler, it turned out, was a master of games. He tricked BULLZully into surrendering his most prized possession, a lifetime supply of pickled mangoes. Bulls of Zull's logical approach proved equally useless. Jonkler's energy signature was a chaotic mess, impossible to analyze. It was like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands, and Zulls of Bulls' music, while beautiful, only seemed to amuse Jonkler. He danced along to the melodies, his laughter echoing through the forest. BULLZully watched in despair as his Pookie, his beloved Big Boy Eyre, remained trapped under Jonkler's control. What was he going to do? Desperate, BULLZully sought out the guidance of his oldest friend, Mr. Magiba. Mr. Magiba was a wizened old turtle, known for his wisdom and his connection to the spiritual realm. "Jonkler is strong," Mr. Magiba rasped, his ancient eyes filled with concern. "He feeds on chaos, on discord. To defeat him, you must confront the chaos within yourself." "Within myself?" BULLZully echoed, confused. "But I am BULLZully. I am the epitome of peace and justice." "Even within the purest heart," Mr. Magiba said, his voice soft but firm, "lies a shadow self, a darker aspect. Yours, my friend, is named Mr. Magiba." BULLZully was stunned. He'd never considered the possibility of having a dark side. He was BULLZully, the hero, the protector. The thought of a Mr. Magiba lurking within him was terrifying. "To save your Pookie," Mr. Magiba continued, his voice a low rasp, "you must embrace your Mr. Magiba. You must journey into the darkest recesses of your mind and confront him." BULLZully trembled. The thought of facing his own darkness, of delving into the unknown depths of his own mind, filled him with dread. But he knew what he had to do. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and focused his mind. He imagined a door, a heavy oak door, set into the very fabric of his being. This was the entrance to his subconscious, the gateway to his shadow self. He reached out a trembling hoof and pushed the door open. The air grew cold. A low, ominous hum vibrated around him. BULLZully steeled his nerves and stepped through the door. He was entering the unknown, the uncharted territory of his own mind. To be continued.